Hey, it's your boy Elderidge here, and you're watching Envy's channel.
I just wanna feel you're alone.
What's up, guys? It's Envy. We're here on Envy's channel, and for this episode 7, we're actually speaking with Elderidge. I know, how exciting! He was 20 minutes
Whoa.
late for sound check. Fuck you, bastard! Unfucking believable. Right, we're gonna get right
What's
into
going
this.
on?
We're getting right into this. Tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Elderidge, also known as Silver Ridge. I'm really bad at solo queue.
True.
Absolutely terrible at League of Legends.
Someone play the clip.
Yeah. No, well, I guess about League in the amateur scene, I started playing beginning of last year in the amateur tournaments in BSV and TMG, and those type of things.
Yeah.
Very shortly after that, struck up a very malicious rivalry with Mr. Envy right
Malicious? It's not a rivalry.
Very malicious. when I was playing off-roll in my very first tournament with my very first team game ever, and got camped over and over by Envy's team.
Top laner, yeah.
They just knew that guy had something. There was something different about him. If they just gave him a chance, he'd run away with the game. So they had to shut me down early. So that's what happened.
Maokai players back in 2019. Look,
so good.
Was it 2019? It was 2020.
It was 2020, early 2020. Yeah. So since then, I've just been playing in amateur tournaments. I think last season, I just did. I played over 2,000 solo queue games on one account. I had 2 other accounts that were just for fun, so a couple hundred on there as well.
Oh, the 2,000 game account wasn't for fun. Okay.
No, that was deadly serious, and as you can tell, I've made a lot of progress, and really utilized my time very wisely during COVID. Thank you, Australian government. So yeah, and so I was on Ardor Esports, which was a cool organization that may rest in peace. Long live Ardor. No, it was actually pretty good, and then ended up eventually moving on from there after one of the circuits, I think, and then joined MCOM and have been with them since.
Right. So we'll start to touch on the Ardor stuff, right? Because
sure.
You were there when it was called 52F, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That name was complete garbage. Even Ardor isn't the...
So there was another org. There was a different org owner. So Threat, who was the coach, right?
Yeah.
Was the coach, but he was doing it under someone else's org, and then they decided that Threat. We were the only guys playing League of Legends in the org, and there wasn't much of a competitive scene within the rest of the org. So we basically just parted ways on friendly terms. And I think Ardor was a previous name that Threat had already had a team called Ardor or something, so they just reignited that rather than using their brain to think about a
cool name,
a better name, like Envy and the Apes.
Yeah. Bro, it was insane. It was Envy and the Apes.
That's it.
But Envy was, I think, arguably the shittest player on the team, so it was fun.
I'm pretty sure I played on Envy and the Apes for one game. I can't remember when it was, so I can say, yeah, that's right. I think I was just a fill, but I can say that I am one of Envy's Apes.
We probably lost that game.
Yeah, probably. You're right.
So during your time at Ardor, you played the Rift Royale circuit, which you guys got your shit kicked in by MCOM Alpha. I believe it was 2-0.
Was that your team, or was that the other one?
That's Jep's team.
Yeah.
Right? The limit testing, Jep, G-Bear, Shiny Sparky.
Yeah.
But on your team, you had a Plat 4 player. in a Iron to Gold division. Now,
we did.
A lot of people, including myself, found it hilarious. They had someone who was ineligible who just couldn't win you a game anywhere. So we all took the piss out of him after that.
That's not true. We won some games, but just not against the
The
you
good
know
teams.
the better teams. No,
Yeah.
that's right.
Couldn't. Okay, yeah, you guys could beat the fucking shitters. Everyone could beat the shitters. But
So what's your question, Envy?
my question is, how? Now we do wanna get a little spicy here, because this is going back like what 12 months or so, give or take.
Longer than that, I think. But yeah, you're probably around 12 months. I reckon.
So regardless of what I said, now no one should really hold it against anyone. I want to know who knew.
Well, it would have just been the guys in the team. Well, okay, so it would have been the guys in both Ardor Amber, which is our team, Iron to Gold, and
The plat team.
what was the plat team? I can't remember what they were called.
Violet.
Because
Violet.
yeah, because the Dutchie, the unnamed player who's now been named, was the support or was playing in a fill role in the plat team as well. Yeah. Now we did get punished. We did get a 3 week or so suspension,
Yeah, it
and
was
then
a slap on
then
the wrist.
Dutchie himself got I think he got permanent banned, or it was for a long time
It
from
was
BSV.
hilarious.
I don't know. But
Um,
look, the way that I look at it is, at the end of the day, he was definitely not a mid main. That was blatantly obvious.
Someone played the other clip.
So in terms of the other clip, play clip 2 now. No. He was good at a couple of champs. I think our strategy was
Put him on Vladimir.
yeah, put him on Vlad or put him on a really hard scaling champ, and then just wait to the long game, and that's kind of just what happened. And then as long as we didn't int enough, he just happened to be the carry as well, and he has good mechanics. So yeah, like I guess because he wasn't a mid main, and I know in the early days, Envy, you were making comments, and I think when he played Vega once or something, and he just was getting wrecked. Because he wasn't a mid main. I think he's a jungle main and a top secondary or something, and then we kind of threw him on mid. But anyway,
there was a couple weeks where he was playing jungle early on though, and he was still getting his shit kicked in.
Maybe, but he wouldn't. We had Next Gen as our jungler, so he wouldn't have been the primary one. He would have probably just been filling when Next Gen wasn't available every single week. So yeah, it would have just been the software round. That's right, because Yikers Pikers went mid.
Yeah, in the
times.
famous clip video, right?
Which one? There's so many. There's so many, Envy.
Just the original one, right?
Yeah.
Has you on Maokai, 51 J, I believe, is playing Olaf, and Yikers is playing mid into me.
Yeah.
He's not having a great time.
Yeah.
But no one at that point.
That was fun.
So you touched on, a player of interest, right? Next Gen. I don't know how much you know of the story, but I kind of want to tell it. So I was subbing for Ardor Violet one night. Now it is the night where my video came out, it's like the highlight video when I was playing for Violet, with Bloke Man mid. Now because I believe it was Baby Gravy, who was the jungler.
Yeah.
He didn't have his games done, right, for the Iron to Plat, because at the time you had to play 3 ranked games a fucking week.
Yeah, right.
And he had 2 games done. We ended up getting a bye, and he went and played the 3rd game. Now.
Oh, really?
But because
so he hadn't been picked up beforehand. Is that what you're saying?
So, well, it doesn't really matter, right? Because before our actual first game, he would have had the games done.
Right.
But Next Gen had already sat and waited with us.
Yeah.
Because he was who we brought in to fill. And I straight up said the threat, look, I'm not playing if Next Gen's not playing. Because he just fucking sat and wasted 40 minutes with us. And it's a bit dog for the guy who waited not to get to play, because the other guy who you could probably say was clearly better didn't actually do what he needed to fucking do before the game and get his
Yeah.
games done. And I remember I think I left the chat for some reason, and Brett ended up telling me that Bloke Man said just replace Envy. which like, it's funny, but at the same time it kind of shows how dog some people
Oh,
are.
well, no, I wouldn't. Baby Gravy and
Like
Bloke Man
besties.
are friends in real life. Like they
Yeah.
hang out all the time. So they're a little bit precious. I've actually met them both in real life. We went out earlier this year. Went out to an all-you-can-eat I organizer and just had all the old boys that I've played
Yeah.
league with that live in Brisbane come up, and it was actually really cool. No, they're cool, but yeah, I mean, that sucks. But
Like, so
I haven't heard that story, but that's the plat team, right? So
yeah.
I mean, I'm barely scraping gold.
So on from that, right, we ended up having next gen, and we actually won the entire night.
Yeah, really awesome.
We stopped the free agents team where I was playing Nico bot lane with fucking Fret on Nautilus.
With Nort, yeah, right.
And then game 2 we played in I believe it was Ches, right? Because I've seen the video enough times to remember what team we played into. Right, we played into Ches.
This is clip 2, guys. Just rolling out. Yeah,
Bro, I can't roll a 3-minute video on my podcast, okay? So just calm down. We were playing into Ches. We ended up falling behind a little bit, except for me. And I remember clearly Fret's like, just play through Envy. And I was like, that's right. I'm the motherfucking carry. But next gen was like very good because they were rocking like an Olaf jungle. He was actually really good at just fucking Java ulting him, so he couldn't actually get to me.
Yeah.
And it was just great. And then the finals, we played in WKW, where before the game we were told we were going to get our shit kicked in. And I remember I went down like 70 farm on Paroa. Right?
Yeah, really.
But
I mean that's not surprising.
okay,
go on.
Come on, mate. We were popping off that night. Bloke Man somehow matched Griff in lane, because this is the WKW roster with Griff on it.
Yeah, right.
And I don't know what happened, but we just started winning team fights. I remember a fight where I'm aiming the Ash Dot at Griff. I miss Griff, but I landed on Nova, who was like playing Bard as like the support. And we just fucking win the game. And I was like,
That's
yo,
awesome.
Next Gen's first triumphant Rise skin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty sure it's the only time he won a fucking tournament, and then he retired.
That's right. And it was Iron to Plat as well, right?
It was Iron to Plat, which makes it even fucking better.
That's so good. Next Gen's a good guy. He took a break for a while.
It was because of uni, right?
And yeah, I think he was doing uni, and he was doing a couple of things, and I think he was also working or something. So like some nights he couldn't play tournaments or whatever. But yeah, no, he's awesome. He's a really good jungler. They got him a couple of times, I think, to fill in Ardor for their plat team.
Yeah.
As a field jungler, but
it's really great that we were able to, because at the time I already had Triumphant Rise, so it was really nice because he kind of deserved it.
Yeah, for sure.
In a elo bracket where at the time you could easily make the case he was a top 3 jungler in Iron to Gold. It just sucked that the rest of his team just wasn't good enough to stack up.
Was trash.
I'm sorry, but it was true, right? If you made a tier list back then, none of your players probably top 4 except for him.
I don't know. Me and Lightless Yakas and Lightless held the bottom lane except against Sparky and Shiny. They're the only guys that we really had big trouble with.
Like on Nay did you guys dirty a lot of the times.
That was very early on. I honestly don't remember. I remember that we did verse him, but I don't remember those games. Maybe it was because I was just knocked too far unconscious that I just
probably
just wiped from my memory. That's probably what happened.
You're like, oh, my Lucian, guys. Why am I feeding my most played champion? Over 1,000 games.
That's it.
It was great, right? We'll just give you your main champion, be like,
yeah, it doesn't matter, mate. You can have it. If you let it through, you know who they're going to pick it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm fucking out here being like, yo, you can't play Malzahar. Oh, Cassiopeia's gone. Guess I'm on Oriana duty. Guess we play
Classic.
Syndra. Right. Is there anything you want to touch on about the Ardor time? Because I don't think a lot of it's public.
What do you mean?
Well,
What's not public?
look, mate. So, from the Duchy time, you know, just the internals of how you guys never actually won any games or any event.
We won games, but I don't think we ever I don't think we ever won
A weekly.
a taunt. Yeah, a weekly tourney.
Yeah. Which is embarrassing as fuck. Considering the team was around for at least 6 months.
Yeah. Hey, we weren't the best players, but we were okay. We did. I don't even remember who our top laner was there. Was it Bradda? I think it was Bradda.
It
For a
might have
while.
been Bradda. I know you had him for a bit. Actually, speaking of Bradda, when this is fucking hilarious. When I was on MCOM Gap, he ended up. I think we scrimmed you guys at one point, or I was on our team and I was scrimming you guys. He fucking started like messaging me about if I was here, if I was playing tonight, we would have won. And I'm at the height of my ego trip, right? Because we're winning every night. And I'm straight up like thinking to myself, bro, this fucker's on crack. Like, this man thinks he's good. And then I started playing with him like a little bit, and like no flame to him, but I just didn't see where his ego was from, eh? He just didn't do anything.
He's a good dude. He's been playing for a while. I think he's older than me. He's like 30 something.
Oh, no hands.
What?
No hands.
That's it. No hands, Boomer. No. He's a cool dude. Like he's a genuine guy. But yeah, I'll leave it at that.
It's hard sometimes, right?
No, it's good. I mean, so Ardor was good because there was the 3 teams, right? There was Crimson, which was like the Diamond Plus team, which was awesome because that had like Lysair and Selfish and
my boy Lysa. He didn't like
Babysitter / Suho. Suho was on there for a while. It was actually a really sick team.
Suho was a vibe.
Yeah. What?
Suho was a vibe.
Yeah. Suho, he's a vibe. He left and he's come back.
He's
an amazing man. He is a good-looking man. Yeah, no, it was good. And then the Plat team was kind of like, I felt like it was kind of more threats team, like whoever threat could find online for a tournament at the time. Yeah. It wasn't like necessarily a team that they like consciously like did anything with. But the gold team was pretty good. And now half the gold team is in. I think some of them are now in Revolt Esports. They're rebuilding their own gold roster at the moment. So there's a couple of guys Esports. There.
I've heard some things about that, but because we're keeping on topic of MCOM at the moment, right?
Yeah.
MCOM. We're keeping on topic of Ardor. When I left MCOM, right, the first time, after Gap disbanded, right, because we all knew we were going our separate ways, I ended up coming over to Ardor, right, and I remember Fred actually asking me if I wanted the Iron to Plat mid spot, and I was like, look, I really can't be fucked playing Iron to Plat. Because at the time,
because you knew you weren't gonna win because you could only.
It's big fish, small pond, right? I much rather would have preferred at the time. Is the order quiet or is it just me? Let me fucking try this.
You just wanted to continue to dominate.
To dominate, yeah. It was because it was great, right? It was good content. Just fucking highlight clip after highlight clip. Whereas Iron to Plat, you don't get the same highlight clips, right? You get feeding montages. But it was great, and it gave me like another boost in my confidence because for Ret 4 I could play in Iron to Plat.
Yeah.
Now obviously, I never took the chance. I think I ended up starting to make like Ardor Topaz or some shit. which was just gonna be like a bunch of fucking Team Tristana players. Like I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure I
right.
ended up like grabbing like a player from this team, a player from that team, player from this team, and
Yeah,
then we just kind of went fucking boom.
yeah.
And then I made my way back to MCOM, under MCOM Bravo.
Who was on that team?
I had, who the fuck was my top laner? I can't remember the top laner off by heart, but I had Josh jungling. I was
Mhm.
playing mid, and then I had Stephmo and Grilled, something, whatever the fuck.
Grilled
his name is.
chorizo.
That one as my
Yeah.
bot lane, and we were an okay team. I felt like Stephmo didn't have the killer instinct, so to speak, that
Mhm.
you kind of need from an AD carry to like one who can just take over the game.
Yeah.
So like he's always gonna get his farm, he's gonna get his numbers, he's a fine secondary carry, but he's never gonna be the main carry.
Yeah.
So the team pretty much lived and died by if I fed or not. If I wasn't feeding, we'll win the game, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm having a rough day, we're going fucking down like the Titanic,
Yeah.
because no one else on the team could like pick up the slack.
Yeah. Sure.
Ran into that a couple times in my Iron to Gold career,
Yeah.
right? Very storied career. Maybe we'll make a video about it one day.
A
A
documentary.
document.
The life and times of envy. That's it.
It's fuck. Toops is talking about Yas. Yasuo.
Toops, my man.
It's fucking Yasuo players, am I right? So, you also brought up Revolt, right? Because what do you know about Revolt so far?
Honestly, not much. I think they was it them that held a tournament recently, or they've been holding some tournaments or something?
Nah, Evict.
Or was that
Evict
someone
won.
else? Yeah, right. I don't know anything about Revolt really, except some of the ex Ardor players, and went and joined their Hunter Gold team, and
Yeah.
then that team exploded a couple of weeks ago, and they're just rebuilding it at the moment. And we scrimmed them just this last week, so it was fun
You put
versing
them
a couple
down?
old players. Hey,
You asserted dominance.
we most certainly did.
Are you playing top lane?
No, I was going to play top lane for that, but we're trialing a couple top lanes at the moment. So one of the trialees was available, so he played, and I was on AD.
Are you surprised you played the game?
What does this mean? What does?
Well, look, mate. Like I'm sorry, but there's a 99% chance you're gonna play Lucian, and
No, that's
100%
not true.
chance
If you have a
you're
look at
gonna
my
go
solo
Zyme.
queue, it's been like pretty much only Kaiser recently, and I'm actually
So
climbing
you're
again. Which is
trying to
good.
play the meta just to fucking climb. What a
No,
meta
Kaiser's
abuser.
always been my second AD. You can
Bullshit. It
go-
was always Caitlyn.
Go. No, it wasn't. In tourneys it was Misfortune for sure.
Oh yeah.
But
Which
but
I took that from you and learned what
yeah, you
not
did.
to do, and I
Learn what
started
not to do.
learn what
Whatever.
not to do.
If you have a look at any Misfortune game that I played last year in 2020, I totally smurfed on everyone with
Oh,
my
you're a
ults.
smurf,
They were
are you?
absolutely amazing
Smurf, are you?
with my ults. Yeah,
Oh, Smurf.
yeah, from silver.
Well, it's fucking hilarious, right? Because there's the clip of me. I think it's in the Team Tristana series.
Yeah.
I fucking he must like flash the wall, and I just fucking start firing the Misfortune ult,
Yeah.
but he's fucking EQ'd back over the wall. When we don't have vision, which means my ulti just fucking is hidden.
Oh, I've seen that actually. Yeah. I've seen that. Yeah. And he's just
then-
not there, and you're just letting it rip.
Yeah.
Not even there.
And we fucking lose that
That's so
game,
good.
eh?
That's
Because
so
our
good.
coach at the time's like, yo, let's draft Tanks and Envy.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, like, that's gonna work.
Yeah. Envy's one of those secondary carry type of people.
Oh, only when I'm playing AD
You
carry.
need someone else.
Only on AD carry. We're a secondary damage threat.
That's it. Mate, I distinctly remember, and I'm so disappointed that it's not recorded anywhere, but some game where you were filling in as an AD for, I think it was the Ardor the Plat team, and you were a Philios, and you were like level 8 or something, and with the guns that you had, you were trying to clear the Krugs, but you literally couldn't clear the Krugs, and you were and they were literally killing you.
I was
And then you ran away.
guns.
No.
I was trying to rotate guns.
And then you ran away, and you're like, oh, I'll give this another go while you're on half health, and you run in and try and kill them again, and
Look,
you just couldn't kill it. It was actually funny.
It was great, but
It took you like 60 seconds to try and clear that one
I was rotating
can.
guns, cuz. That's how it works. Something for Ardor, man. There was some great times. Only Brett was on the team.
There was definitely some fun times. Man, that's a good thing. I like the tourneys because you can meet people like you and me and just have some fun and have a laugh about it, and make some compilation videos of me getting wrecked, and then I make a really informative tier list video to let everyone know how mid lane tier list.
Like fuck me. I'm a jungle man, right?
Sure, you are.
Bro, did you not see are you not subbed to me on YouTube?
You
can't be if you didn't see
let me
the
have
video.
a look. I'm actually not currently subbed to you on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Mate, I've subbed to you a million times on Twitch.
Yeah,
haven't I?
Yeah, and I don't stream as often anymore.
Yeah, I know. But you actually get money for those subs. Thanks, Amazon Prime.
Look, mate. The Prime subs.
That's it. Prime check.
Any primers in the chat?
Yeah. Hey, by the way, just a really quick intermission. If you have Twitch Prime and you have not used it on Envy's Twitch channel right now, what you need to do down the bottom right-hand corner, there will be a subscribe button. You need to click that, click subscribe with Prime, and you are off to the races. Do it now or never. There you go, Envy.
Now or never. Fuck.
I'll send you my email address for the PayPal.
Wait, why the fuck you get PayPal?
What's the next question?
Next question. Right, so we're moving on. So when Ardor died, right? Because we were gonna say Ardor died. You made your way to what's it called? Military community?
It's MCOM, which stands for military community. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I think the people want to know how you made your way here.
Well, it died when I'm just trying to think exactly what happened, because after the whole Dutchy incident, we got a new mid laner, Bucking Fasted.
Yeah, he just wasn't.
At the time he wasn't, because he had never played in a tournament and he was so used to solo queue. He didn't know how to roam. He didn't know how to use teleport. He'll laugh watching this, me saying that, because he'll be like, yeah, it's totally true. But he's got significantly better, and over the last
stop sucking up to him.
No, he is. He's got a lot better, but I can't remember exactly why. I think we just decided maybe we didn't have a top laner or whatever, and it wasn't working out. And I was like, look, I think I'm just going to move on and try and find like a team that was or an org that was actively participating in the tourneys and had some infrastructure and had some coaches and that type of stuff, because Ardor didn't really have that support. It was a new org. So I think it was just one of those, looking for a team looking for players, and there was an AD trial position, so I went and tried out for it. And then I think initially I got the sub spot because the other guy was better. But really, I think the other guy was real life friends with the coach at the time. So I'm like, all right. So I was sub, but then I think that AD ended up moving on like 2 weeks later or something. Then I was the main AD. So I think that was Knights, and then I can't remember what's happened since then. Then we made a new team with MCOM Beats. Yeah, Beats. He's a
Beats. Woo.
And a couple of those boys, MCOM Templars, which was cool. And I think we
Templars, not Templars.
Templars. Sorry, it's just my Templars.
Yeah, like the Assassin's Creed Templars. Yep.
Well, Templars were a It's from a historical events, not necessarily from Assassin's Creed. Age of Empires.
Age of Empires and Assassin's Creed. Same thing.
That's real life, and then real life actually mimicked those video games. That's how it works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, look, mate.
Anyway, that's kind of what happened. There was just a trial, and I'm like, well, I'm just going to try out, and then they're like, "Yep, you're in." So I said to the guys, "Hey guys, sorry, but
I'm shit.
teams
Oh,
teams kind of imploding, or we just couldn't get a full roster." And it's like, well, we could continue with half a roster, or just move on, do our own thing. So yeah, then I've been in MCOM for a little bit and helping. We just launched the new MCOM website, mcomesports.org, that I actually built. It looks pretty cool.
oh, they built it.
Raisy's happy with it. So, yeah, been hanging out with those boys.
Been hanging out with them.
That's it.
Because I think what did I do? I did an MCOM trials, right? And I'm still a little salty about it now, because I had to lane into our good friend Good Vibrations,
Oh, yeah.
right? AKA Flame, and he still brings us up as like the one time he beat me in a game, where I had this fucking silver 480 carry. Now it wasn't you, right? It was not
Yeah, I
you.
wasn't silver 4.
It was some other guy with his bronze like duo partner. And so Flame just fizz ults him, fucking nails him like through the choke, and I kid you not, I fucking lost that game. I was pissed, and after the trials, because I don't think I ended up making one of the rosters, but I don't really bother about that too much. I actually tallied up how many of my teammates, of like the 13 unique teammates I had, how many of them actually made rosters, and it was like 2 or 13.
Yeah.
And I was like,
they put together like 2 or 3 teams from those trials.
Yeah,
right?
they were. And so I was fucking pissed. I was like, I've been had. I got win traded. The same with like the most recent one. I forgot who I laned into, but I'm pretty sure I just ran it down. I think it was Panda.
Yeah.
It was great fun. Because I think I played a Kali into Galio or Galio into a Kali. I just fucking ran straight up for fun. But yeah, MCOM, it really sucks because they missed the circuit spot for Echo Division because of Kevy's stupidity. And I feel as though having them over a team like, now this is gonna sound sad, but like Galaxy Gaming or Evict Clan, because I would argue you guys would have been.
Is that for the circuit that's just about to finish now, or the one
that's
previous
just about to finish?
Yeah, right.
Because even though because they did register first, right, it is their spot.
Yeah.
I just feel as though it could have been more competitive.
Yeah.
But again, because I think you guys could have made some waves. Not like too many waves, but some waves.
No, I think the Ida G team that we've got now is actually pretty sick. Like, yeah, we've got some pretty good players, and it would have been really good for us. And I think the Revolt esports guys as well. They also tried to, or they applied, but they also didn't make the cut, the top 16 teams or whatever. So
I think it was top 10 per each division or something.
Yeah, or whatever it was. It's good to see. Like, I'm glad that there's still like a bunch of teams still trying to get into these circuits and stuff, because League of Legends, like I follow the NALCS a little bit, and they talk a lot about like viewer retention and how it's obviously gone down like over the years and that type of stuff. But and particularly in Australia, like with the OPL like closing beginning of this year, it's like, oh, is this gonna like how is this gonna affect like the amateur scene? But there's still a bunch of good guys around and new players coming in as well. So it's really good to see that healthy. And I think when the circuit finishes, I think that there will probably be, I don't know, there might be a week break, and then everyone will be like cool, I want to play again.
Teams, right? Like, especially some of the teams that didn't make it too far through the circuit, right?
Yeah.
Because I think in Echo Division it was, what's the team that didn't make it? It was like Evict Clan.
I haven't even seen their results, to be honest. I haven't really been keeping up with it.
One game or some shit.
Yeah.
but like it was bad. Right, it just wasn't very competitive. But
Yeah.
since right, we're gonna finish talking about MCOM first because
Okay.
I do want to go into the whole tournament stuff. Right,
Okay.
but just tell the people a little bit of what you do for MCOM as a person.
Oh, no, nothing really. I'm just really just there for entertainment. Like I just jump in and play my soundboard, like some ridiculous sounds. That's
Yeah.
about it. I'm just really entertainment value, and then I'm on MCOM nights, which is the I'm the gold team. And really we just play flex queue. Because that's really all we do. We play flex a couple of nights a week, and
That sounds so sad.
how we go 100% depends on if MCOM Seeker is tilted or not. Really, that's how it
Are
runs.
you
That's how we
trying to
roll.
tilt him though? Because it's funnier.
Oh, look, well, no comment.
No comment.
Oh no, I egg him on. It's really if you get to know me, I'm a troll. Like I'm kind-hearted, but I like having some fun
Yeah.
and whatever, and I'm happy to take it as much as I give it, and I try to give it to Envy, but he's
What?
just got that one clip over me. He just says play the clip, and I've got nothing.
The
So
clip's like a minute and a bit long. Yeah. I just don't feed right. Like we don't have bad games.
oh no, there's definitely some things, but unfortunately, it's not the team that I'm playing on
Oh yeah.
that's smashing you. So yeah, it's I can't wait to
There's
verse
a
you again,
whole
Envy. It's gonna be
coaching video.
fun.
Envy doesn't need the clip. I
No,
do. I did hear about that.
yeah. Just ignore
We're
that.
we're gonna stay away from the Zen coaching angle, even though it's fucking hilarious.
Oh, we can talk about it if you want.
Oh, you want to talk about
I
it?
don't. I don't. I don't. Well, I don't necessarily want to, but if you have
It
if you
was
if you want to.
he was a Lucian main, wasn't he?
No, he's I don't even think that he's like an. I think he might be an AD main. No, so last year I did get a couple of coaching sessions from some dudes. There's a guy called Ostrich who's the rank 1 Lucian in NA. So I had a couple coaching things with him just to understand Lucian mechanics a bit better. But then for the Zen coaching guy, he just did like a verbal thing, and he's look. I'm sure he's a great coach, and I think LS actually did a review of him coaching, so LS gives his feedback on how this guy is as a coach,
Yeah.
and he's very like a next level, like he's thinking like 20 steps ahead, and obviously for me with my silver
brain because
level
you're
mechanics, yeah, and at the end of the day, like he's a smart dude, and I probably didn't come off like didn't have the most productive conversation with him, but he also I feel like he also didn't reach down to my level, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like he's used to talking like up here, and kind of didn't get heaps out of it. Besides, hey, just get better. Like that's literally what
Just get better,
it's like.
man.
They will like, yeah. But yeah, look, there's a video out there, and sure, I might have made a fool of myself a little bit, but
It's fucking great.
it was, yeah.
You know what? One day, if I have enough time, I might clip you dying 3 times top lane with some of the audio from that, and we just fucking mix it together.
What do you? Oh, with that,
Yeah.
yeah. But no, I don't think there's any like specific thing, like because I was talking about bot lane, right?
Yeah.
More. So I don't know if you can. I mean, if you really have nothing better in life to do, NV, go for your life. If that
Look,
makes you
man,
happy,
it would be great.
making fun of me, then I'm proud to be a part of it.
So where were we? Back on track, right?
MCOM.
What you do for them? So
Just the meme king.
just the
That's
meme
really
king.
it. Yeah.
God, Nate's bringing up scrims where he griefed me today. Yeah. Imagine. He ended up leaving halfway through the scrims. Right.
These nuts.
Fuck's sake. So we're gonna we're gonna go into the tournament scene, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about some of these things, and I think you started touching on it, right? There being some new teams who still want to come get in and play, but I've always been under the the opinion that a closed circuit is actually better for the community than a open weekly tournament ladder. For the fact that once all the players listed are registered and checked off, then obviously some players are still gonna have question marks next to them, but it's a lot easier to smurf check a list of known players than
Yeah.
well, we got some fucking randoms joining who have no battle fight history. No one knows who they are. They're all on fresh Discord accounts. So it's how much are they really new?
Yeah.
How much are they trying to hide? And plus, you then get the ability to do like an analyst desk, or post game interview, highlight videos. There's chances at storylines.
Yeah.
Oh well, these two teams met in week 2. Well, this top laner had a shit show against this one. How are they gonna match up now, right? And you start like planting seeds,
Mm.
Which has always been like my opinion on it. But I just want to know where you fall on the whole like the format.
Yeah. Well, look, I guess like I actually do marketing for work in real life, and so I kind of understand a bit about like communities and how they can be built. I was a big Eve Online player back in the day. I actually helped
No
me
one
and
knows what that
another
is.
guy. Eve Online is a MMORPG. It's another game, but me and another guy
Yeah, World of
actually
Warcraft but shitters.
yeah, we hosted like in real life events and flew out the developers from Iceland and did stuff. So I've actually done a lot of like community things before, and it's a bit League of Legends is a little bit interesting. I think a couple of years ago there was when I think League Boot Camp, and there was a couple other like things in the OCE that and then obviously like some SOC Summoners Society kind of took on the
Yeah.
massive Facebook group and that type of stuff. So for me, there is a big difference between people that play League and are kind of in a community, and then people that are actually aware and want to participate in tournaments, because it's really
Yeah.
difficult unless you're being recruited to a team with 4 players already for you to kind of break into the amateur scene. So I feel like that is kind of a barrier that kind of the orgs or the teams that just haven't been able to properly address. In terms of the format and that type of stuff, I think it's. I mean, as an example, right? MCOM Knights weren't able to participate in this last circuit, right? So we've literally had to be playing flex. Like that's all we can do.
Yeah,
There is
flex.
no tournaments, so it sucks. Like it's annoying because, like, sure, like we can play together and that's great, but it's the tournaments that we're actually creating a team to play for. So it's a bit of a mix, and I think it also depends. It depends on the time of year. Like sometimes when there isn't a tournament on and it's just a weekly thing, and you get like 3 teams sign up because it's just a quiet week or whatever, it's annoying. And then the next week you have like 18 teams sign up and you're like, oh, it's awesome.
It
Like
fluctuates,
league's
right?
alive. So it definitely does. So it's I don't know, like I think in general it's fun, and I definitely enjoy it. And I think I don't know, we could probably do more to try and get some more people in, but I think it definitely has to have a weekly thing and the circuit, because no one's going to just cold join the circuit, because it is a commitment for 8 weeks or something like that.
If not longer.
So you do have to, so you do have to have the other ones. And I don't know what the thoughts are about, even being able to run the circuit while you've got, another tourney night as well. I mean, I know there used to be a couple of different orgs that were kind of running tourneys every
events,
week,
right?
but there really isn't that much anymore. So
I mean, the other option would be like you do the Rift Rail format, right? Where it's open for 8 or so weeks, right? Whoever comes, they sign up.
Yeah.
People get points, and then top 6 make it through.
Yeah.
But the issue of that format, and there is actually like stats to back this up, is once you get around to week 7, week 8, and like the positions are kind of locked. Outside of maybe a 4th win this week, then they can bump up to 3. But outside of that, nothing's really going to change. That's where you'll
Yeah.
see there's like 4, 5, 6 teams instead of the 18, the 19 teams that were popping out in like week 1 and
Yeah.
2, because that's people don't want to
Because
take
they don't have a chance to actually try and win it. So they
Yeah.
no, and I get that. Like I understand. Like the lock in format definitely helps keep people coming back and actually playing. Yeah, it's a tough one, and I think the orgs, like the orgs are actually running them, like BSV, and I don't know who else is even running them anymore.
It's basically BSV is running a circuit. Some stock has their like high elo thing. TMG's gone fucking sky high,
Yeah.
and then there's the likes of Lit Team and
Yeah. So,
Victron.
so Envy, I'd like to hear your thoughts, because obviously, like as I said, I watch a bit of like NALCS,
Yeah.
and obviously they've got it's a very different scenario, but they've got locked in teams. There's all these big personalities. They can build these stories, whereas in Oceanic Amateur, like BSV tournaments, as an example. Outside of the actual players, or and then maybe some of those really core, loyal followers that do watch the games every week.
Yeah.
Do you think there's much of an audience outside of that, or is that the audience we're really appealing to and trying to, really build some type of rivalry or something, so that there's just more interaction in the community?
So it's hard because I didn't actually really get what the question was, right? You kind of
Well,
spewed a lot of NALCS crap.
No. Well, I'm just making a comparison. Like when
Yeah.
we're talking about storylines that casters and stuff can, and we can do some
Yeah.
comparison. Like obviously LCS is a very strict format. You know who the players are. There's rivalries that are being created, but there's a massive fandom like around that. Whereas in the people that watch BSV, most of them are going to be players, or they're going to know the players personally, and
There's not really a
that
fan
type of
base,
stuff.
right? It's the other teams who are coming together to watch those teams play. It's not
Yeah.
outsiders. I find if it's a high elo event, then you might get like the low elo players coming out. If they're part of the same orgs, like WKW, they'll probably come support. But a lot of the higher elo players don't tend to watch a lot of low elo, unless there is some kind of drama behind the game. Because everyone seems to flock towards drama. But
Well, I guess that's what we need to do, Envy. We just need to have a massive rivalry between you and me,
bro, you
and
don't win any
have
games. You don't win
heaps of
games.
drama.
It's not a rivalry.
Yeah.
If you
No.
can't win
This
games.
is how it works, right? You win over and over and over, and then suddenly there's an upset where
There's
I actually
no upset.
beat you.
No.
Where that one time that you play Oriana, I play Lucian mid, and I absolutely
It's
decimate
not
you.
happening.
And then it's what Envy got wrecked.
Envy
Oh,
got
let's see what's
Bro.
going on there.
Bro,
Hey,
if
look,
that
you're
ever
just
happens,
gonna have to tank the game. This is for the
Oh.
community growth. All right, this is what it's all about. Deal? Will you please tank a game for me?
No. I've just read chat, right? And Vigi's like Orphans vs Envy rivalry where Envy has lost 90% of the time. Motherfucker, have you seen Will? That motherfucker brought a fucking tent from Kmart and he set it up.
Please tank a game.
At fucking mid lane. Yeah. And we've seen that matchup a lot, me and Orphans. And there's a lot of will involved in that fucking that lane. Without will, Orphans flips a coin, tails he ints, heads he ints, and he's fucking gone. Without will to back him up. I mean, where is he now in the BSV circuit? Gone. I'm just saying. I never played to begin with. But Okay, Jax, let's not go there. Yeah, didn't even get to play. I technically played one game, but it's what it is. So, with you know, we've spoken a little bit about format, right? Let's move into some rules. If there's anything that you'd like to see, you know, added towards, let's say, weekly tournaments do come back, right? Is there anything to make it more competitive, or, you know, maybe something you'd change?
I mean, putting me on the spot, I can't think of anything like in a. I understand it's difficult for the organizers of the events, right? Because there's always issues. Like
Yeah.
I know in some of the teams that I've been on, like if we've had a coach or where people have the wrong attitude and they're looking for how can we DQ this other team so we don't even have to play them, we can like just progress. And I think that's a really stupid, like, bad attitude. Like
They're
at the end
not
of the day,
looking to
you're
play
like
the game.
you're here to have fun, and if you get totally smurfed on because they're Chinese hackers or whatever, like so be it. Like look at it
The
after,
Chinese
but
hackers, yeah.
yeah, like at the end of the day, I think like there's some people that hey, they all their team is fine, but then there's one person on their team that's only been able to play 2 ranked games because they've been working like all week and they really want it, like this is their night to play, and they just can't play the thing. It's like I understand that it is there has to be a requirement, but and I'm not saying that's a rule that needs to be changed, but that does suck
that
sometimes.
one-
I know the amount of times we've been caught out of like some guy that's played 2 ranked games in the last week, and it's like, oh, dude, now we have to try and find someone in 5 minutes, and then it all falls apart. So
yeah, you never get the player you actually want, right?
yeah,
Like,
it sucks, but like, I understand why it kind of has to happen. But yeah, I think it's more the attitude of the players and the orgs and the coaches and stuff just needs to be like, hey, let's actually build the community and like play more games. I'd rather play a game and like lose than try and DQ them because they were like 5 minutes late because someone's computer wasn't working or whatever.
Bro, I've had that, Like, now I'm gonna tie this into sandbaggers, right? Because this is kind of where I wanted to go through next. Now I always bring this up, and I probably talk about this at least once every Sit Down with MV episode, so it's kind of a legacy thing now. We're gonna talk about Griff, right? Now, Griff used to play back in, I believe it was 2019, in Iron to Gold, right? Now, he was by far the best mid laner, hands down. I won't even argue the fact that I was better than him because it was not true. And first time I played into him, I got whooped, right? Second time, I got whooped, but I got whooped less. And then so over time, as you are playing into better players, he starts to play down at a worse level, right? Because he's no longer up at that, pedestal. And B, my level starts to rise because he's punishing me for mistakes which other players can't punish me for.
Yeah.
And so I'm now learning, well, if I step here, he's going to hit me with this. So if I don't step there and I step here, I can hit him with, It's like a mental chess game, which I was always losing because he was arguably the better player. Now, a lot of people didn't have that same mindset as me, right? A lot of people had the mindset of, he's too good to be here, right?
Yeah.
Which I would agree, he was probably too good. But you take it as a learning experience. And, in 6 months, he might not be, too good to be here. He might be at the same level. But your level has rised. And it's just people can't get over the fact that they lost the game, right? To a team that was better than theirs. And so they had to go nitpick at someone just to, like, I'm assuming you get my point, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like always, everyone's gonna. If you lose a game, you're always gonna find an excuse, and it's this guy was too good, or they're Chinese, players that are bought accounts or whatever. No, I get what you mean. I think at the end of the day, as long as they're not breaking the rules, and as long as they're actually like if they're gold and they're playing in Iron to Gold and they don't have another account that's in Plat or higher, then 100% they're allowed to play. Like it doesn't, you can't get rid of someone because they're too good. Like would you disqualify like Usain Bolt from the Olympics because he just beats everyone? Like, no, it just gives you a challenge.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's not a fair comparison, right? But
No.
because he's significantly more faster and more handsome, but you just
Well,
you,
what if everyone would like complain about Usain Bolt? Right? So let's say every
doesn't
single
matter.
person and there's like peer
I mean,
pressure about it.
there's a majority. Well, still, like there's objectively, if he isn't breaking the rules, right? If he's still the fastest guy, like he could be Superman and actually be the fastest like runner ever, and no one could ever beat him, and that's his legacy, right? So, um, there's obviously like sandbaggers or people that they could definitely have like a diamond account if they really tried to get there. They definitely could, but they like playing a 9 to gold for
Yeah.
whatever reason because they can smurf on people and grow their egos a bit. Like some people that we know that don't mention.
What
Um,
are we looking for?
some people that really don't have anything else in life going for them, and this is their one thing, and they just got to hold on to the golden days forever. Oh, sorry, it's too close to home.
Sorry,
But,
platform
no.
now. Platform
I'm only
balls.
joking, Edwin. I'm just play the clip.
There's no clip of me hitting plat, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's all right. Man, there's plenty of me hitting silver from gold,
Yo,
which is
bog.
not fun. No, but you get what I mean. Like, as long as they're following the rules, like it doesn't matter. It is more when there is obviously something sus going on, and as you said, like it's a newer Discord account or this account's looks really sus, and you go back in their history and oh look, there's some of the spells have suddenly changed keys, right? Or whatever. Yeah.
Or like he's suddenly gone on a massive win streak when he swapped some of the spells.
Yeah, for sure.
It's because I went from being the guy who I just wanted to play the game, right? I had my set of teammates. I wanted to play the game, but over the years, because I'm kind of a boomer in the scene, you get to the point where you have so many people just complain and complain and complain, about you or about your teammates. It was never really about me, right? Because if they complained about me, then they have to actually admit I'm good in terms of behind the goal players. And no one ever
no one wants to do that.
Yeah,
no one wants to feed your ego.
No, of course not. And so it got to the point where I pretty much said, fuck it, right? If the rules allow it, I'm going to do it, right?
Yeah.
So, for instance, I think it wasn't too long ago, I had Shuri and Connor on my team who were both Diamond in Season 9, right?
Yeah,
but
right.
the rules allowed them to play.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't breaking any rules. I was called a scumbag for doing so, right?
Yeah.
But it's not my fault the rules are housed that way.
Yeah.
It's the organizer for doing it. Now, we were knocked out second round, right? Because, motherfucker Connor can, fucking play 80k.
Because I haven't played since Season 9 either.
Right, so kind of got bit in the fucking ass with that.
Yeah.
But it was more so the fact that, I get to do it because I'm not breaking the rules.
Yeah.
Which is kind of my point. But it's a weird one because a lot of teams, as you say, they will try and take the disqualification as the free win. And it really bothers me in terms of the competitive integrity of the event. Because I myself, right, if the admins wouldn't be, let's say they're like, well, just play the game. I wouldn't give a fuck, right? If they're like, well, he's only got 2 ranked games. But, we know, the guy's been playing for 9 months in the tournaments. We know exactly who he is, right? But he's only got 2 ranked games. I myself would have been like, I would have played it. But some of my, ex-teammates and teams I've subbed on in the past, they're all like, what, 2 ranked games? He's breaking the rules. And it's like, bro, I don't want to sit here for 40 fucking minutes waiting for the next round just to get 1 round further in the tournament. Just play the fucking game.
Like I think, I mean, at the end of the day, for those things, if someone has to forfeit because of that reason, like I feel like regardless of who it is, that rule should still apply. Like
Yeah.
you still have to have 3 ranked games. If you can't do it, well, sorry,
fuck,
you just can't. Like you can't have that leniency. I don't think. But if you are going to forfeit, instead of the team just sitting there, the other team just sitting there for, as you said, 45 minutes waiting for the next game or whatever, and then waiting for the other team to then scout your OPGGs and like all that type of stuff. Just play the game anyway and just have it as a forfeit. Like I'd rather do that and have the
Yeah, but
game.
some of the teams are quite cunty when they get DQ'd. I've heard of stories in the past where the teams just spam pausing.
Yeah.
Right? And like they've
Yeah.
locked them in the game.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's funny, but it's also cringe at the same time.
isn't there a max pause time, like of
like
10 minutes or
30
something?
seconds. Nah, like for BSV it's 10. But if you're already DQ from the
No,
event, what's
but
it
actually
matter?
in the game,
Nah,
in the game itself,
it's
doesn't have a
30.
thing.
It's 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Yeah, wow, that
So
sucks.
if you're, because the team can't FF till 15, right?
Yeah.
And it has to be like a full five team FF. If you're fucking spam pausing and unpausing, like it's gonna take ages. And
Yeah,
then
that sucks.
Then you have to play for 15 minutes.
Plus
right?
the 5 seconds for just
to unpause it.
just right.
It's
Oh
not
no,
great.
I get that. I mean, people that do that, it's like, well, why are you even playing? Just go and play solo queue and like go and hate your life some more rather than playing the competition. Like,
just go cry in the corner, right? Just leave us to fucking learn.
Yeah.
Well, we're at the point, right? Because this wasn't gonna be a super long episode. You're quite fucking boring.
I am the most boring person ever. I don't know how we've talked for more than 5 minutes.
Look, I don't know either. But going forward, right? Because I did this when I was talking to Fletch. I want to know goals, aspirations for the MCOM nights.
Mate, I just want to play a tournament. that's goal number one. We just really want to play. No, I think we're getting a good team together. We've got some good guys on the team. Even if I troll them and they hate me,
I would troll you.
There's some. Yeah, no, I do the trolling to them. It's pretty fun actually, especially when I just run it down. I'm like, whoops,
bro, you're not trolling.
No, I think. Yeah, no, we're going to play some tourneys when the circuit's done, which is only like a week away or something, and
couple weeks,
go
mate.
for some wins. Is it still 2 weeks of the circuit? I think.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah. So we'll see how we go. I honestly haven't looked at. I haven't watched any of the circuits, so I don't know who the good players are. But it really doesn't matter. Everyone's trash except for the MCOM nights.
Oh, look at him heading with the banter. Yo, what about...
Everyone's trash. Clip that.
Okay, what if I, spew some names? Who do you think's at the top of Iron to Gold still?
I have no idea. Honestly, I really don't even know who's playing.
Spewing names.
Look, if Neymar's playing, his team's just going to win because he's a god. Oh, he's not?
He's flat
okay,
now.
Cool.
He's washed. He lost in Div 2, like quarterfinals.
Is Shiny playing?
Shiny still
is he back?
Yeah, he's back. Yeah.
What team's he on?
He's on WKW Alpha.
And every time I verse him, we just can't win. And it's not necessarily that he
is better than you.
No, it's not necessarily that he outclasses me. It's just the rest of my team tends to fall apart, and then he just gets all the kills. And it's like, well, there's nothing I can do.
You want to know a
story? He probably just has much better macro than me, but in terms of lane, like I think we've. I did get smacked. Or I think there's 2 times that I remember versing him. Right, once we did get smacked. And then the second time, I understood that we got smacked, so we chose a better comp,
so
and we actually did really well.
Right? Yeah.
In lane, we were definitely even. Like I definitely didn't lose, but again, the rest of the team collapsed.
I subbed for them once, right? And I think I must have been subbing in for Shiny, which I've done a couple times. And like
Yeah.
somehow you just get fucking spoon-fed kill after kill. It's fucking
Yeah, because of
great.
Sparky.
Yeah. Not
Is
even
Sparky still with Shiny
Yeah,
or...
it's the
Yeah, right.
dynamic duo, right? The only event, you know what's funny? The only ladder that roster has lost is the Rift Royale ladder,
Really?
where Envy was the opposite bot laner to Shiny. I'm just saying.
Whoa.
Look,
Should we have a look at the post-game stats and just see what
I was
actually
great.
happened?
Yo, someone pull them up.
Someone
Pull up the stats. I was amazing. I had the VOD somewhere. I just don't know where the fuck it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to keep that for next time Jip started talking shit to me.
Yeah.
We were just so much cleaner than them. You know, Hirogi was doing his thing. Trash Game was getting solo killed by Galaxy Bear some fucking hell.
Oh, that's right. That was some of the guys that you used to play with who were recently caught sandbagging as well. Weren't they, Envy?
Caught.
Were they all your mates?
Caught, but like it was alleged.
They were finally found out. No, they got.
No, it was alleged.
That's fun. Regardless of the allegations, there was a punishment
Look,
dealt.
There was a punishment dealt, but my tournament victory was never stripped. Okay, and it will never be stripped.
Classic.
It's not
I'm sure those guys have got heaps better in the last 12 months, and if they were in the same
I'm sure
bag.
they're now both diamond on the mains.
Well, they could be, maybe.
They could
There's a couple of good boosting services out there. I heard T1's still boosting now.
Well, I mean, I just got Beats to boost me to plat. Fuck you.
Mate, Beats, why can't you do that to me, mate? Why can't you boost me to plat?
You know what's funny? In my promos, I played 2 games of mid. Neither of them were great, by the way. And then I played 3 games of jungle. And it was like, bro, why I gotta play my secondary?
Oh dear.
And because I ended up winning them.
Yeah.
But I ended up, getting people like, fuck, Envy used to be like a silver jungle player. How you plat now playing jungle? And I was like, look, mate, it's all in the hands.
Not the boosting from Beats.
No, it's all in the hands. It's not my fault. He just got caught a lot, right, in that game.
Yeah.
It's hard how he suddenly decided to just grief Nathan. But, right.
Classic.
I think that's going to conclude the episode.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for the chat, Mr. Envy.
Look, mate, it could have been worse.
What? Go on. Here's your one opportunity.
Here's my one opportunity.
Make it worse.
Make it worse. Oh, I'm the one making it worse. You're the one who makes it worse.
What do you mean? Oh, I thought you had like a deep, dark question you wanted to ask me.
No.
And
because I don't see you getting out gold.
What do you mean?
Motherfucker. Okay.
I mean, I have to get to gold before I can get out of it. Well, actually, that's incorrect, Envy. I have got out of gold.
Well, okay, you gotta go up, not down.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, you're not going up.
You know what?
You're
You know what's real funny? I genuinely like I'm wrecking all the silver games.
Right, you're just fucking griefing all those silvers, huh?
No, I've been playing top a lot and I've been dying a lot.
Oh.
And then I'll go back to AD and I'm like, cool, let's climb 2 divisions in one day. That's
Only
awesome.
2?
Well, from silver 3 to silver 1.
That's pretty shit. I can do that.
Well, I mean, there's only enough hours in a day.
Right.
Okay.
So,
thanks,
this has
Envy.
been Envy's channel. Peace out.